Down to the feature match area and kick things off now with the final here at GP Bologna. Hello my friends and welcome to live coverage of the finals of GP Bologna. You're in the booth with me, my name's Riley Knight and I'm joined by Raphael Levy, the Pro Tour Hall of Famer and a good friend of mine. It's great to have you along here as we get stuck in. Matthew Volks, Antonio Pinto, the two people we've been following on our draft viewers. You're going to be able to go back and check out exactly how these decks were put together. And from the outset, Raf, we are giving an edge here to Pinto, whose deck really does seem to be a fair bit better.
So wait a second. So the English team finished second, right?
Yes.
And the Italian team finished
third.
So do you see who started first?
It's Pinto here. So Volks has actually put his opponent on the draw.
Yeah, that's something that's to be noted, because well, in draft you usually decide to play first.
Often you do, and we've seen a little bit of unconventional wisdom here when it comes to the Dominaria format here, where often you will have a reason to want that extra card. Games aren't fast enough that early aggression is going to punish people who are looking to curve out so nicely. So often that extra card can really be very useful, and as a result, we see people often choosing to play second.
So because you think the format's so slow, you can't afford to lose the first couple turns, as in not play anything in the first two or three turns, because playing the third, fourth, and maybe fifth land is so crucial to your game that drawing a card is so much more important to be on the play.
Well, Antonio Pinto here has one of the more aggressive starts that we've seen. He's actually played a real-life Human Earth 2-drop here in Sapperling Migration. That's followed up now with a Grand Warlord Radha. Volks has already got access to all three of his colors here. I think he was trying to do a little bit of funny business here with a mountain, trying to mislead his opponent into thinking that he's maybe playing red as a main color. It is, of course, just a splash. Just some of those mind games. Some of those mind games get up in the opponent's brain zone. That's what it's all about.
Maybe because he has a Shivan's Fire.
Could also be that. Could also be that.
That's more likely. And
look at this. Antonio Pinto playing around the two copies of Gideon's Reproach that is in Volks' deck here.
No, he just casted it. It's just casted, that's why.
Yeah, but it's got haste. It can get in there.
Well, that's right.
Gideon's Reproach, one of the clean answers to a card like Grand Warlord Radha, and Volks does have two copies of it. Now an opening. 4 mana. What are we going to see here?
Does he have one in hand? An Archaeologist.
So Daring Archaeologist, the play here for Matthew Volks. Not going to hold off that Grand Warlord, so a free attack now for Pinto. See what he wants to do with it. He could generate up to 8 mana here. Doesn't look like we're going to do that, however. It's Skizik instead.
Skizik?
Pays the full 5.
Hard to say. Kicked Skizik.
Kicked Skizik.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a mouthful.
So 4 mana.
4 mana floating, which doesn't empty from his mana pool till the end of the turn.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness me. It's an Ancient Animus as well.
So
taste it, Matthew Volks as Antonio Pinto. Wow.
So now Radha is out of Gideon Reproach's reach.
Yeah, slams into top gear here, the Italian. This is incredible stuff from him.
11 damage? 4, 9, 10, 11, yeah.
The +1/+1 counter also, thanks to the Ancient Animus, and following it up with a Ladder War Scout, just for good measure. A little bit of draft chaff to round out that turn 5 here. What can Volks do?
Lifelink creature, would that be enough? Lifelink, would the Harvard be enough? Block Skizik, gain 1. Take 3, 4, 5. No, that's not enough.
Passes the turn here, but Pinto's got him dead 6 ways from Sunday. Volks does have a Blessed Light in hand, but I mean, what's he going to do? He doesn't have enough to take down all of these creatures in one go. And Pinto, further plays from him. Counting up those creatures, what's he got?
That was a brutal draw. That's
oh man.
That punishes you from just giving the play.
So big attacks now, and Volks packs them up. So careful and precise play from Antonio Pinto. Played around the Gideon's Reproach expertly there, and ultimately was very, very easily able to punch through enough damage to put Volks on the back foot. Wow, what an impressive draw there from Pinto.
That put Matthew in a very tough spot, because look at his deck. His deck is mostly 4 and 5 drops with Gideon Reproaches, as the first ways to interact with his opponent. But what's he gonna do game 2? Is he gonna be on the play because he got mauled in game 1 because he was actually on the draw, or is he gonna choose to
take the play back?
take the draw again?
No, that's what I'm saying. Will he choose? Will he do exactly what he did, run it back? But it's a difficult thing because he puts his opponent on the plane and just gets absolutely overrun by it.
Usually it doesn't work like this. It doesn't happen like this. But this time.
Well, we move over now to Pete Ward against Usama Sajjad. We saw Sajjad have one of the most insano decks you're going to see in the semi-finals there. Wonder how things have panned out for him here in minor seismic activity here in northern Italy. Rocking the boat a little bit, but we seem to have straightened that one out. We'll see how his draft has panned out in the finals here. We're hoping to run that success back. Though he's facing down some pretty big beaters on the side of Pete Ward here.
They're trying to catch up with this game here. So he blocked an ooze with the Valduk. Because he has an enchantment and an aura in hand.
Baloth Gorgia is going to eat this fight with fire here. As Sajjad looks to clear out some of the threats from Ward's side of the things. And it's going to be a gift of growth to save the Gorgia from being roasted to a crisp. That mighty stag leaping out of the forest there to go and munch on a carrot, perhaps.
Now I think I saw an arcane flight in Usama's hand. So yeah, he has 2. I really wonder why he traded his Valduk for an ooze.
Considering that the arcane flight combos with the 3 or 2 really nicely.
Like you can take 2, and then you can just play your flights on Valduk
and just get in for heaps. Look at this.
Oh, you or block. Then you block the ooze and it survives. Because it would be a 4 or 3.
Yeah, but it makes 2
I
3
know.
Get in from
that's why I'm
very confusing.
I'm puzzled by that play.
Very puzzling indeed. Academy Drake on Wind Drake mode here. 3 mana 2/2 flyer. Always a respectable card. A nice baseline.
At 7 mana, what mode is it? There's a 7 mana 4/4.
7 mana 4/4.
A gargoyle something. An artifact gargoyle.
I know it off the top of my head perfectly. I just need a moment to remember the exact name of it.
Yeah, okay.
Talk amongst yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. If you hear any typing and clicking, it's got nothing to do with anything here.
Oh, Pierce the Sky would have met. That's what he was playing against. Pierce the Sky. That's why. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a game very soon. Yep, he scoops it up.
Packs it up there. Not enough for him to pull together a victory, and unfortunately, that means game 2 goes I should say unfortunately for Sajjad. I'm sorry, it's not unfortunate for Peter Ward. He's very happy about it. He's won game number 1. So just thinking off the top of my head, I just know this. There are so many 7 mana 4/4 flyers. Platinum Angel comes to mind, of course. Sandstone Oracle.
Seraph, that's good.
Were you thinking of Lotus Guardian?
No, there was. Wasn't there?
Errant Ephemeron.
Maybe not.
Flowstone Thopter. Dream Pillager. In this set, there's Kazarov.
Oh well, maybe I was.
Iridescent Angel.
Maybe that was something else.
Emiria Shepherd. I just know all these. That's fine. Anyway, let's move on now to Fabrizio Intieri against Davide Miani here. Things. We got jousting lances on both sides of the battlefield here. Both of these players tilting at windmills. Mesa Unicorn.
Yes, I saw Fabrizio's deck, and it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he has a Benalish Marshall.
Oh, really good.
In his mostly white deck.
He's got a lot of mountains for a mostly white deck here that's hoping to cast Benalish Marshall. Maybe he's just drawn more mountains than he needs here. But that does sound real good. Real good now.
Got a lot of flyers.
Hmm.
Nice crusade for all these flyers.
Okay, then.
Trading blows here. 5 mana. Sarah Angel.
Sarah Angel's really good.
Is it going to be enough to block the onslaught?
Well, we do have that Sanctum Spirit, which can punch through it very nicely.
Yeah, 5/2 first strike lifelink.
Mm.
Sometimes indestructible. That's a good way to race.
Difficult card to kill when it's put in the right deck, the Sanctum Spirit.
This is It's a pretty tough race.
See what Intieri's got to work with here.
He's going to attack with the Spirit for sure. How about the rest?
Damiani having a hard time of it. Although the Angel is, it's a start. It's a start, certainly.
Yeah.
A lot of flyers. That Pegasus Corsa, ultimately, really unnecessary, you would say. Because all of those creatures are flying anyway.
They're trading lifelink blows. Although the Spirit hits for more than the Unicorn.
A little bit more. 5 at the moment. First strike, lifelink. Doesn't have flying, which is unusual for a Spirit.
It could have flying.
It could have flying if it jumps on top of the... But I mean, how's a Pegasus helping us? Like, the Spirit presumably just float in the air.
You need some help. It doesn't know. It doesn't know how to fly.
Oh, it doesn't learn how to fly. All right. Okay. Ghost lore is different from plane to plane, it would seem.
Yeah.
So, after this attack now, Damiani down to 5 and Intieri up to 7. And Jousting Lance, or just equipment in general, Jousting Lance in particular, but equipment in general in this format, it's actually been, I think, really good.
Yeah.
Not only does it trigger historic, but also, I mean, just dumping a short sword on the battlefield and just having random creatures pick it up. I mean, it's not great,
it's not always good.
Yeah, but it's better than, I think equipment is better in this set than we've seen it for a long time.
It wasn't good in the last set.
I mean, Pirate's Cutlass, I guess, was the standout.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
There were other good ones, right?
A common?
Common? I don't remember.
I don't think so. I don't think so, man. Anyway, right now, looks like these players are in the tank. We do tend to see a slower sort of pace of play with team events because teams do like to put their heads together and chat. 2 heads are better than 1. We all know that, of course. Especially on the old 2-headed giant card. I'll definitely agree with us there. And a Knight of Grace, the ultimate play here for Fabrizio Intieri. And he's going to suit up that Pegasus Corsa, make it a 3-3.
First strike for now. Oh, it's first strike. As long as it's your turn, it has first strike.
Yeah, it's not even when you're attacking, just when it's got first strike, when it's ready to charge down the lists. So, Damiani, he's on that John Finkel tip once again. He's got the Nassif hat and the Finkel temple rubs.
Sure. Is the word in English Daltonian? Is that the word?
What's that?
Oh, colorblind.
Colorblind, yeah.
Colorblind.
Yeah.
If you're colorblind, yeah, that's Nassif's hat.
Do you know who's colorblind?
No.
Do you not?
You?
Do you really not? We've been friends for like 5 years. You don't know that.
Oh, that's why. That's why. That's why.
Savage.
That's why you say it's Nassif's hat. Because Nassif's hat is yellow.
Doesn't look that far off it. Does
this one is green.
Yeah, they're all the same color. There's no such color as green anyway. Green's just a made up. Purple's made up. There's no such thing as purple. Purple's just a made up color.
Sure.
Dichromatic protonopes. They'll understand what I'm talking about.
It's not a magic. You can't call it in like you can't be protection from purple.
Yeah,
magic.
protection from purple.
It's not a color. Okay, I
follow
what you're saying.
No.
So would you equip the unicorn here just to gain the 4 life, just to race?
Just to buffer your life total there.
You could also equip the menace guy.
Well, at the moment, that rat colony's not doing a whole lot with the Jousting Lance.
Yeah, he's probably the worst creature to equip here.
Pretty horrific flavor violation as well. I don't know how a rat's holding a... I mean, I guess maybe it could form itself into a larger sort of animus of collective rats there to pick up a Jousting Lance. So, Damiani certainly taking his time with these players. Both players at a pretty glacial pace, you'd have to say.
Yeah, because there's a lot to think of. There's a lot of creatures. There's a lot of abilities.
Yeah.
First strike, vigilance.
Where they're going to have dinner tonight, pizza, pasta. Yeah. There's a lot to think about. No, Raph, you're right. There is a lot to think about.
Oh, wow. Antonio got game 1. Got match 1.
Look at that. Antonio Pinto, unsurprisingly, with quite a strong deck, has put together a 2-0 clean sweep of Matthew Volks. The British is on the back foot already. Unfortunately, Volks wasn't able to pull together a victory there. And so Pinto now is going to be able to add his expertise to David Damiani and Uzama Sajjad.
So attacking with the unicorn just to gain 4 life.
What do you think of that?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure it out. 4 life. 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 4 Yeah, putting the lance on the menace guy could have worked better. So he would have still been on. He only has one flyer, which is a problem.
Trading off with the Knight of Grace there because, of course, both creatures did have first strike at the time that the damage was dealt.
No, maybe he had to do that. All right. So the spirit is equipped again, attacking for 5.
Getting there once again. This lifelink, I think, is going to be really decisive for Intieri here.
Yeah.
He has a lifelink creature. His opponent does not.
Yeah, but then Davide is going to be able to attack back. I think the rat is going to go on the way.
Yeah.
Might be, yeah. And then the Serra Angel would be first strike and attacking. That would be my guess.
And you're never wanting to play Rat Colony.
No, I don't really want to play Rat
No.
Colony, no. What if you have 20?
How many Rat Colonies would you have to really want to play?
That's my question. Well, how about 20?
No, but okay, reasonably.
I would not play 20.
You wouldn't play 20 Rat Colonies?
It's X1.
It just dies to radiating lightning. they just goblin chainwheel at you, and you want to.
It's not relentless rat. It's Rat Colony. So what wins? A deck with all relentless rats or Rat Colonies?
I don't know.
Oh wow,
oh look at this! As soon as we asked the question, Frank's eyebrows just shot up to the top of his. Wolfram Alpha out it comes. Oh, the spreadsheets, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Frank, you'll let us know. Don't worry, my friends, and we'll bring you this. Frank's sitting over there on the coverage desk, and he will bring you the result as soon as he's crunched that number out.
So now we're seeing something real. How to say that? An English word for that? Courageous, really brave, blocking with all the team, and really hoping Fabrizio does not have a card to discard to make the spirit indestructible.
We'll see what kind of a plan this is here for Damiani, because it does depend on what Intieri's got in his hand. And we haven't seen, he's played his cards pretty close to his chest.
Oh, he does not have a way to...
Doesn't have it.
That's a good sign for Damiani.
The mighty Rat Colony stands at the end of that attack here.
Now Serra Angel is going to be uncontested. Unless he wants to trade... Unless Fabrizio wants to trade... No, he cannot because it's first strike.
Yep. So...
Unless, again, he equips the lance on the rats and attack with the rats. But I think he would put him... He would prefer to put... Davide would prefer to put Fabrizio on a 2-turn clock. Attack for 6.
So, the Serra Disciple does have... it has first strike, of course. Even though the Jousting Lance doesn't give it first strike. It just has first strike au natural. Aether Glider can't block. So right now we're looking at a 3-1 first striker blocking a Serra Angel as a 4-4, but the...
it's not first strike.
It has first strke.
What?
The card itself. The card itself has first strike.
Right. No. So it's first strike on the turn.
It's for first strike.
For first strike.
Yeah.
Which doesn't change anything. That's right. So he can equip the Angel, attack, and hope Fabrizio does not draw a historic spell. Or we could just do that.
Okay. It's going to be the Rat Colony once again.
Ooh,
oh, another Rat Colony.
Look at this.
2 down, 18 to go. And an attack now with both.
Oh, attacking with Serra Angel. That's oh.
And we're going to have a double block now.
Not expect that, but that's okay.
Serra Angel down to the double block from the
Is that okay?
The Disciple and the Corsair.
The 1.5 turn clock.
So, Jousting Lance gets snatched up by that Aether Glider, and in it comes for 4. And a history of Benalia, ladies and gentlemen, comes down now.
No, that's not good enough
for Fabrizio Intieri.
That's not gonna, because he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to jump with the, or just block with the knight. So
this huge mythic rare here.
Yep, equipping the Sapperling. So he has to block. Trade, so 5, 6, 7, 6, so he's on the 1. And another creature, so now something to deal 1 damage or bust.
Davenant Trapper is the play here. History of Benalia goes up to 2. Makes a knight token, but it's not enough for Fabrizio Intieri, and Davide Damiani takes game number 1. This means that his team is just one game away from taking that trophy home.
That was a tight race.
These Italian stallions have come all the way to the finals here. They are representing their home nation very proudly here in Bologna. And I tell you what, they've come this close, within just inches of taking home that trophy. We'll see if they can convert. They've got to overcome Fabrizio Intieri in this game. And then they've got another bite of the cherry in the game with Peter Ward and Usama Sajjad. So it's not over yet. But certainly, fortune favouring the Italians so far, with Antonio Pinto, of course, winning in straight sets over Matthew Volks. Let's go across and have a look at what's going on with Peter Ward and Usama Sajjad here. We've got got some mushrooms in the freezer here with Slimefoot in the deep freeze. But Verix Bladewing, the most potent threat on the battlefield just now.
Almost. There's a
there's a Cloud Reader Sphinx. Excuse me, of course. I forgot the best card in Magic. Here it comes. 7 in the air. And Peter Ward, what has he got to say about this, Raf? And now a two-headed giant as well. Ward takes a bunch of damage. He's going to, looks like going to create some, at least one Saproling here with his fungal plots. Yep. Draws. Baloth Gorger in hand. Facing lethal in the air here.
Yeah, nothing to help block the flyers. He could gain 2 life from the plots, the fungal plots, but that's about it. He would go up to 6, and he would take 7 in the
Usama Sajjad here.
In the air.
I tell you what, he smells the blood of an Englishman here. Going to grind his bones to make his bread, because Peter Ward on the back foot in a major way. Sajjad looking to equalise here at 1-1 against Ward, who doesn't look to have any good answers to these flyers. 7 in the air, a little bit too much for him to overcome here. He can make 1 more Saproling. He's got Cast Down and a...
do it right away.
An Omnivore in the bin here, so make another Saproling. Gain 2.
If he finds a Pierce the Sky or a Black Removal, well, no, that doesn't work. You don't drain.
Let's find out. Off the top.
No, that's a lie.
It's a forest. Nope. So Slimefoot not having anything to say about those Saprolings dying there. That would have been very useful for him, but it's just going to be a Baloth Gorger now for 4. Back across to Sajjad.
So double black. The only card that could help him now is
Cast Down.
Yep.
One of which is already in the bin here. Sajjad on the verge of a Game 2 victory to equalise with Peter Ward. What can he do here? Is there what does he play around? He's got Time of Ice in hand, thinking about deploying it just in case. Just in case.
Yeah, he probably tap the Baloth and attack with everything.
4 mana. And here is the Time of Ice. Can tap down that Baloth just as you said, Raf. And now the attack 1, 2, and 3. Let's flip some coins for this 2-headed giant. Nope, let's not even do that, says Pete Ward. Let's go to game number 3. This means that either a game win from Usama Sajjad or Damiani will be enough for their team to hoist the trophy. And we're going to head across to see what's up with Fabrizio Intieri and Damiani just as soon as we can here to see how things are going to go, because it again could be the decider if Miani
the Rat Colony
is able to snag this victory. Once again, Rat Colony with Jousting Lance.
And no white mana for Intieri.
And Terry stuck on 2 lands right now. A real chance here for Miani to pull further ahead. And Terry already deploying a couple of 1/1s onto the battlefield. Inspiring Construct. The Rat Colony facing it down here. Jousting Lance can be equipped if he really wants to push through some more damage here. A tense moment for Damiani, who can sense victory on the wind. This is how these things start. Your opponent misses a land drop. They don't deploy creatures.
That's where you loosen up a little bit and you make mistakes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You got to stay tight, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Aquende Pride Ephemerif is going to help him stay tight here, but Shivan Fire is going to remove it. Okay, all right. Removes a little bit of pressure from Anteri. That's a nice tempo play from him because he needs to continue to pull himself into this.
Have you seen what's in Miani's hand?
What's in his
A
hand?
second rat colony.
Second rat colony.
Second rat colony.
How could he beat this?
If he draws a land, that's gonna be good because he can equip the first one.
Play the second.
Play the second.
Get in for a bunch. Well, speaking of getting in for a bunch, and Fabrizio Intieri, unafraid.
For a bunch of ones.
Unafraid, and he finds that third land,
All
thank
right.
goodness. And here is a creature that can very handily contest anything with a jousting lance on it. It's Danithicapation. First strike vigilance lifelink. Nice little package here.
So, oh wow.
So
Pretty good hand.
Eviscerate in the hand of Miani, however.
I think it's Eviscerate and... Is that another rat colony?
At least one
and
rat
settle
colony.
the score? Yeah, I think that's what... Is it settles the score or a Skin Witch?
Didn't get a great look at what was going on with Miani.
It's purpley.
Okay. Doesn't help at all.
It's purpley and it's black.
Doesn't help at all. And Eviscerate's going to get rid of this Danitha here. So knight down. In for 2. And Miani ships back to Intieri now.
I think it's a settled score.
Let's see if he can continue to...
Press on.
well, he does with his 1/1s in any case. And now Pegasus Corsa. So that third land was key in keeping him in this game here. Back to Miani, who is going to suit up this rat colony.
This. Boom.
Cast another one and get in for a tidy little 5 points of damage here. All of it with first strike as well. How about that?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Back to Intieri.
But any short sword or aura would totally turn the race around because the champion there, champion of the flame, would get a huge boost.
So attacks now for
That would be
Intieri.
flying. No, nothing.
Gets in for 2. And ships with, well, quite a number of cards in hand. 4 mana available here. And of course, that champion of the flame chucked up into the air by the Pegasus Corsa. We're going to see Rat Colony in for another 5 now. Oh, and an Adamant Will on the Sparring Construct. What do you have to say about that, says Intieri?
I guess that's okay. Trading for
Going to block that Rat Colony here.
you get 1 for 1.
Yeah, but buffeting the life total there, protecting that life total, which was important.
Indeed.
Suit up that other Rat Colony here. Didn't expect to see Rat Colony doing such good work in the finals of a GP, but here we are. And Banalish Honor Guard coming down as a follow-up.
13 to 14, still a tight race.
It is indeed. We've saw after Miani got off to a fly, we've sort of seen him tail off a little bit.
Let me check how many auras and equipments Intieri has.
Well, a history of Benalia here for Intieri is going to help to pull him further ahead.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that second white source was so crucial here. He's able to deploy this huge mythic. And of course, if he's got any other knights, they're also going to benefit from that Chapter 3, the thrilling conclusion there to this incredible card.
All right, so
I love
he
every
has
inch of it.
2 jousting lands, and 1 4-bears blade.
All right.
These are the 2. These are the 3 only equipments. In
Well, Champion of the Flame is
stack.
happy to pick up anything like that at all. So let's see here what Intieri can put together. Miani now feeling the heat a little bit. He was pulling ahead in the early game, but Intieri managed to hit his land drops and he's right back in it. And History of Benalia is a big part of that.
Oh, he doesn't have the second white to cast Seer Angel.
Oh dear. Rat Colony comes in once again here. Big hits from the Rats today.
Rat's coming in for 4.
Yes, indeed. Looks like we're going to see a block with the Sparring Construct. That means we'll put a +1/+1 counter onto the knight here. A 3/3 Vigilant Knight now.
Is he going to settle the score and kill it? Oh, does he have? No,
He doesn't have
the
it. Can't
second one,
cast it. Yep. So it's going to be the Aven Sentry instead. Not quite as good.
Oh, that's pretty good because that blocks the Pegasus here,
Okay, that's true.
and the other one can, and the Champion of the Flame cannot attack either. So that was actually a pretty good draw.
So, second knight here from the History of Benalia as we head into chapter number 2. And of course, next turn, unload. Wow, it'll be 9 damage worth of knights coming across. That is if Intieri doesn't commit even more knights to the board. 5 mana. What's this going to be? Perhaps a Serra Angel of his own? No, it's going to be a fiery intervention on this Aven Sentry. And now Intieri poised to turn this game around entirely.
It's only 5 damage. That looks impressive, but it's only 5 damage. But 5 out of 12, it's still pretty good.
Damiani down to 7 now. The mighty Rat Colony untaps. And this history of Benalia, yes indeed. Have a read of that one, old son.
No, I think the big knight is going to die.
Because it is going to pop off here.
The score is going to be settled with the big knight.
Still done its work, however, here, this history. Pulls you so far ahead. You play that in turn 3, and geez, it's hard to answer.
Yeah.
We'll see how Damiani wants to navigate this turn here. A crucial turn, you would say. Because the decisions that he makes here are really going to determine the outcome of this match, you would think. Or go a long way towards doing so, at least.
Yeah. I think settle the score on the big knight is the play. Eventually, the Corsair is going to be a problem, but the more immediate problem is the 3/3 knight.
All right,
the Corsair, he has the Sarah Angel if he draws planes.
What do you got, my friend? Deep into the tank. Down right into that gravel at the bottom of that tank here.
Oh, attacking with the
Honor Guard as well.
The Honor Guard?
It doesn't have +1/+0 at this point. It's just a 2/2.
It's not a legendary rat. It's a good rat.
It's a good rat. It's not legendary. It's not legendary, man.
Splinter. Is the Splinter?
Is that a legendary rat?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
From the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's kind of legendary. But there are legendary rats in Magic.
Do you mean Shredder?
No, Splinter.
Splinter.
That's the rat. That's the sensei.
All right.
Oh, there was the no blocks.
The no blocks. Wow, the Stone Cold Bluff.
Wow, that was pretty good.
And Damiani.
But now
takes care of that Pegasus Corsair.
Is he dead now?
He's going to take a ton from this history of Benalia. What has he got here?
Oh, maybe the infection?
He takes 9?
Yeah, maybe he has an infection. Yeah, infection.
The fungal infection removes the champion.
4. And
now blocks the knight here. He's going to take 4 from that Vigilance 2/2 that didn't get blocked here. East the Glider. Going to continue to apply pressure here. Damiani. Well, a tidy turn from him. He managed to get through it alive at least.
Yeah.
Let's see what he wants to do with this turn. Still can't deploy that Sarah Angel. No second white source.
Does that look like someone who's going to pay 5 mana?
Rat Colony in again. To the surprise of no one.
Grinding away.
Get in there.
Is he on 13 or is he not? Is he on 8?
And now
we're
going to see a Mesa Unicorn here.
Yeah, the life totals haven't been updated.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get them fixed up.
Damiani should be on 3, I think. Yeah, 3
yep.
3 to 3. That's
3 to 3.
Yeah.
We got it fixed. Jeez, this is a tense one here. At GP Bologna, the format, of course, but Dominaria Limited. Team draft.
That Mesa Unicorn was great too. That was a great draw.
Yeah.
Now if Intieri wants to attack,
4 power lifelink is what he's got to get through. There's no first strike, but the Easter Glider is going to get in with this knight. Force the issue here for Damiani.
Do you block? Yeah, I guess you block.
Block with the Mesa Unicorn.
Yeah.
Gain 4, take 2.
Go up to 5.
Go to 5 here. Well, that happens at the same time, so there's no point at which Damiani's at 0.
The rat is gonna go for it.
And the rat's going to take it home here.
Is that a plains?
What has he got? What has he drawn? It looked like a land from the way he played that.
That's probably a plains. Otherwise, you would have equipped.
Here's an attack now. These 2/2 power creatures getting across, and Intieri snaps off the block here. The Rat Colony gets in.
It's probably a plains. Yeah,
it is a plains. Sarah Angel. Intieri has 1 turn. What can he find?
The glider can't block. And
an extension of the hand means that Fabrizio Intieri has conceded to Davide Damiani, and our champions Antonio Pinto, Davide Damiani, and Usama Sajjad. Rat Colony MVP, best card in Magic, and you saw it right here at GP Bologna. Congratulations and commiserations to the team of Britishers on the left-hand side of the screen there, but you can see big smiles on their faces. They're going to the Pro Tour. They are back in black and happy to be there, but our champions, and congratulations to them, Antonio Pinto, Davide Damiani, and Usama Sajjad. As we bring it back to the booth, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Riley Knight. I'm joined by Raphael Levy. What a pleasure it's been for us to bring you live coverage of GP Bologna throughout this weekend. So much for us to take away from this weekend. Of course, Cloud Reader Sphinx, best card in Magic. Rat Colony, even more best card in Magic.
Bester card.
Bester card in Magic, indeed. But if we could sort of come back to some of the more tangible and real lessons we've learned this weekend, Raph, what are some of the things that the viewers should take away from Dominaria Limited as it's been put on display in Italy this weekend?
You can choose not to play first.
Okay.
You have to decide whether if you're aggro, you know the risk of like being stopped by high toughness creatures. Green hasn't shown so much. What else have we seen?
Green-red decks just really didn't come together at all this weekend.
Not really. Blue is great.
Blue's fantastic.
Cloud Reader Sphinx is
very, very good.
A little better than Red Colony.
Just a little bit.
No, we've seen it played in all the blue decks, obviously, because it's a great blue card. But it's a blue common that define, I think, the format.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about the removal as well, because some of the removal, especially in white and especially in black, I mean, we see red spells like Shivan Fire, whatever else, but I think really what has sort of set the tone for removal is cards like Eviscerate, cards like Blessed Light. These are the ones that really make up the majority of interaction in a lot of these games.
Deep Freeze as well.
Deep Freeze in blue, that's it. So we're going to be able to have a chat about a chat to some of the winners here in just a second. But let's look at the way that these guys managed to get all the way to the final here as we say goodbye to Raphael Levy, our French Hall of Famer. Raph, it's been great to hang out with you this weekend.
It's been great to be here.
But he's going to step out now as we see how our champions Pinto, Damiani and Sajjad here got through to the final here. And you can see the long road to victory ended up with these three gentlemen. And I'm joined now, if I'm not mistaken, by Usama Sajjad, my friend. Have a seat, whack that on your noggin, and let's have a chat about how this weekend has gone for you. I have to say, it's been a long, hard road for you guys, finishing third at the Swiss here, but you've got to be happy with the result.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously. Absolutely. Let's talk about this format in a general sense. We've already identified it as being a slower format. What changed for you in your just general perception of Limited coming into Dominaria?
Well, I didn't really know the set at all, so the two gentlemen here were,
We're pretty helpful with you getting around it. But
I was the one regarding the play. Ma mi dicono qualcosa sul formato, cosa le dico? Quello che sai tu.
So it's certainly a slower format. It's safe to say that. Is this something that you had in mind when you were building decks? You knew that you were going to play for the late game?
Yeah. Day one we had, for example, one of our black-white decks had for only 2/2 drops, and we also ended up realizing it was a mistake playing one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just go down to the 1/1 drop,
which
the 2
is
drop.
super different to the last set, where missing the 2 drop was pretty brutal.
Yeah, of course.
So I agree. The format slowing down, and you get to splash more colors, and there's more synergy. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Hearing it straight from the horse's mouth here from a GP champion. Congratulations to the three of you. We'll see you at the Pro Tour. Very excited about that, of course.
Yeah. Of course. Like, this is also my first PT I qualified for, and I think it's probably the best one because it's a team one.
Yeah.
So going with the friends, and these guys told me since last week of how lucky I am to qualify for the Pro Tour with them, even before the GP started.
You've done it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We did it,
Congratulations to you. Congratulations to all three of you. I'll get you to stick around as we close out the show very quickly, because I do want to extend my thanks to everyone who has contributed to the success of this weekend, and that, of course, starts with the people that I'm so very privileged to work with, the rest of the coverage team, all of us joining us here this weekend. It's been fantastic to work with them week in and week out. All of the judges, the tournament staff, the organisers, and everyone else who has helped to contribute to the success of the weekend. But of course, to you, the viewer at home, we couldn't do it without you, and thank you so much for your support throughout the weekend. That is that for GP Bologna. We will see you back in next week on twitch.tv/magic for coverage of Dallas. But until then, it's Riley Knight on behalf of the entire coverage team saying good night.